For learning further MySQL concepts, we will use the following example, which you can see on the left hand side of the screen right now. So in this tutorial, we will be creating our database, creating the tables, filling in the data inside it, and after that we will be solving these queries out here in the next tutorial. So these 10 queries are there, so we will be quite able to know whatever there is in these queries. So now let's get and started to create our database and write the tables. So we have two tables here, EMP, which stands for employee, and DEPT for department. So the column names, the data types, and descriptions are given on the left hand side, so you can see that. And yeah, the entries to be inserted into the table are also given. So let's start. So now let's log on to our MySQL. You already know this how to do. Okay, so now we are connected. Control L, I cleared my whole screen. Okay, so now let's create a database first. So create database company query. Okay, one row affected. So let's see whether our database is there in the show databases lists. Yeah, we can find our database. So let's use it. Use company. So now the database is changed. We are in the company database. Now let's create our first table, which is EMP. And the column names and the data types are given. Likewise, we are going to create it. Create table EMP. Now let's write the first column in our table. So that would be an employee number. So it's employee number, which is an integer, and we want it to be not null. And yeah, we also want it to be a primary key. So let's first assign the primary key. So when you say primary key, the not null part comes in itself. The second column which we require is ename, which is a varchar. So varchar of 11, and obviously we want the name of the employee, so it would be not null. Then the third column is job. Again, we have a varchar over here. In the brackets, we are specifying the maximum character size of varchar, so that the if anyone's name is more than 11, then that could not be taken. So we are specifying the maximum character size over there, and not null for job as well. Now MGR, which stands for manager's employee number, we have an int. After that, hire date. Now hire date is of the data type of date, so we write the data type, which is simply written as date. And we don't want it to be not null as well. We want to keep records of our employees. Then salary is SAL, which is a number, okay, which is not null again. And commission, so commission is a number, and yes, it can be null, so we are not assigning a not null attribute to it. And the last column name is department number, which is an integer. Okay, so these are the column names. I think our table is ready to be there, so let's press enter and fire this query. Okay, query, okay, 0 rows affected. So now we can see our table in the database company by executing the command show tables, and there it is, our first table EMP. Now to insert into this table, we have to use the following query: insert into the table name, which is EMP, and values. So inside the values we write the entries. So now here you can see we have been given the data to be inserted inside the table. So let's insert the same data. So first is the employee number, which is 7369. Okay, now the name of the employee is Smith. So if we are writing any varchars, any strings in there, we have to put it under quotes. So Smith is there. What is Smith? Smith is a clerk. Okay, so we write it clerk, then 7902. Now we have the date. So date has to be put in a particular format, and that particular format is first year, then months, and then the date. So right now the date is 80, 17, and 12. So I guess it is 1980 dash the month, which is 12, and 17, which is the day. After that 800, after that 320. Now press enter and this one row will be inserted into that. Now use your arrow keys and bring the same insert command again, and we can finally change things in the query itself to enter our second entry, which is for Alan 7499. Let's change the name. Alan. What is Alan? Alan is a salesman. Okay, 7698 in this place. I'm hoping that you're referring the table on the left. Now Alan has joined in 1981. The month is 02 and the date is 20. So we have that. After that 1600, then we have 300, and then the department number is 30. Okay, so now both our entries are there. To see our entries, use this following statement: select star from EMP. And now you can see that our entries are there inside the table: employee number, e-name, job, MGR, hire date, salary, commission, and department number. So now let's go ahead and create the second table, which is DEPT. So create table DEPT, and let's write down the columns. So the columns for DEPT are over here. So let's write them down. The first one is department number, int, not null obviously, and after that is the department name, which is a varchar. I like the number 11, so I put in the size of varchar as 11, and LOC, which is location of department, which is basically the city, so that would be also in varchar, not null. And I think so we can give a primary key over here. So let's make department number a primary key. So yeah, we can remove the not null thing when we are specifying that it is the primary key, and press enter. So you have an error in your SQL syntax to the right near the use of car. So I don't know what is that. Let's see. LOC, department number, primary key, dname varchar, 11 not null, LOC car. Okay, so that was a typo. It is varchar 11 and not null. Now let's enter it. Query affected. Now let's insert the data into the table department number. So insert into DEPT values. The values are given on the left hand side. You can have a look over here. So now we will add those values. So the values will be 10, and a string is there, so we would be adding it by specifying the quotes, and the destination is New York, and press enter. Query 1 affected. For the second query, do the same thing. The department is research and the city is Dallas. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know. And the third one will be 30. Sales. So this is the department where Alan belongs. Alan is a salesman, and the department is in Chicago. So press enter. And the last entry for our table would be the department operations, and the department is situated in Boston. Boston is a nice city out there. And okay, so let's see, our table entries are done. So let's see our table, DEPT. Select star from department, and there it is. So we have created our database in this tutorial, and in the next database we will be writing down, firing all these queries and seeing the various features of MySQL. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and share with your friends. So see you in the next tutorial, which will be really, really amazing. I guarantee you that you'll be solving these 10 queries, and that is super awesome in MySQL. Okay, so see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye, JJ signing out.